everyone, welcome back to Limitless Life. Thank you so much for joining me today to this final week of March when we talk about transformation of your mind. So this month we didn't just talk about learning. We actually talked about certain things every week for the last 4 weeks. The first week we talked about how you become a lifelong learner. The second week I covered how you can train your brain and make your brain work for you. The third week you learned how to think deeper. And last week we covered how you can upgrade what you feed your mind with. So today I want to step into this final level of your intelligence, of your knowledge growth, and that is expression. Because what's important to know is that you can have the most powerful ideas in the world, but if you don't know how to express them, they have no impact. And today, this is about owning your voice. And let me say something that might surprise you. People don't struggle to speak because they lack intelligence. They struggle because they don't manage their emotions. Now think about it. How many times have you had an idea, but you didn't say it? How many times did you know the answer, but you stayed quiet? And how many times did you want to speak, but something inside stopped you? That something is not lack of knowledge. It's actually fear of judgment, fear of being wrong, fear of not being enough. And that is all emotional. So this is where The High Road Leader, which is a book that I just finished by John Maxwell, became so powerful. And if you're interested to know more about this book, reach out to me and I will give you a great summary on that. Because one of the key ideas in this book was that emotional maturity determines how effectively you lead. If you want to be a leader, and we're going to talk about leadership in the next month when I cover character, leadership is not just about leading others. It's about leading yourself, leading your thoughts, your reactions, and your emotions. So here's the shift I want you to make today. You don't find your voice by learning more words. You find your voice by mastering your emotions. Because if you cannot manage fear, you will not speak. If you cannot manage the doubt, you will stay silent. And if you cannot manage insecurity, you will hold back any and every idea that you have. Your voice is not blocked by lack of intelligence. It's actually blocked by unmanaged emotions. So pause and think, how can you change that? What are the emotional blocks that affect your power of speech? Most people really think that they need more knowledge before they speak. But the real truth is that you already know enough. What are you waiting for? I'll tell you what you're waiting for. You're waiting for permission. You're waiting for confidence. You're waiting for certainty. And these are emotional states. So let me ask you, what is the emotion that actually stops you? Is it fear? Is it self-doubt? Or is it just perfectionism? Because once you identify what it is, you can begin to lead it. And before you speak, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Is this fear or is this growth? What would I say if I was not afraid? Afraid of judgment, afraid of being wrong? Because awareness creates control, and control creates confidence, and confidence creates expression. Now let me make this practical for you, because once you are emotionally ready, you really need this structure. And there's a simple framework that you can follow. There are 3 steps that expressing framework. You state the idea really clearly, say what it is, explain that idea, break it down, and give an example. Make it real. And that's it. Simple, but very powerful. And here's the biggest key. This only works when you are emotionally willing to use your voice, because clarity builds authority. When you speak clearly, people listen differently. They see you differently, and you show up differently. Now, if you need more advice on how to public speak, at Exceed Learning Center, I offer 3-level public speakings that are actually taught by a Maxwell leader public speaker. And we teach how you develop that confidence from the second you walk in the room until the presentation that you make, a 1-minute presentation, storytelling, and all of that. But let me challenge you. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting to feel perfect. Stop waiting to feel confident. Because confidence does not come before action. It actually comes from action. Let that sink in. You build your voice by using your voice. You build your confidence by speaking. And you build your identity by showing up. And every time you speak, you send yourself a message. My voice matters. So let's bring this month together. This month, I hope you learned how to train your mind, how you can strengthen your brain. I hope you learned how to think, and you've learned how to lead. But now, I want you to step into expression, because intelligence that stays inside your mind does not change your life. But intelligence that is expressed creates impact. It creates great opportunities. It creates leadership. And it creates influence. Your mind is your greatest asset. Protect it, train it, expend it, but don't stop here. Express it, because your mind gives you power, but your voice gives you influence. So make a decision today. You are not staying silent. You are not holding back. You are stepping into your voice. You are thinking. You are growing. You are leading. And this is just the beginning. If you need more help on how to publicly speak, how to develop that confidence, or just to improve your public speaking, please feel free to reach out. We have a course every month for teens, for adults. In the summer, we're going to have a whole summer long public speaking course. And in September, we're going to have a lot more coming up. So train yourself, speak, and hone your voice. Love to see you here again next month in Limitless Live. We're going to come back again. And next month, I'm going to talk about character. What does it mean to have your character? What are some traits that you can develop? We'll cover that in the month of April. But in the meantime, practice your voice. Here to help. Feel free to message me. Looking forward to see you again. Have a good week.